Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Disturbing allegations emerge against a former top official at the University of Michigan. What an independent investigation reveals about the ex-provost interactions with female co-workers and students.
But we're going to begin with breaking news on the high-profile case of a student named Grace, whose lockup sparked protests for weeks. Glad you're with us tonight for Local 4 News at 6. The Michigan Court of Appeals says that 15-year-old girl should be immediately released from a juvenile lockup.
Her case sparked national headlines when she was ordered into Children's Village in Pontiac for violating terms of her probation, which did include doing her homework. Victor Williams live this evening. Victor, what are we learning from today's decision?
Well, first off, this was national news. We had so many people from all walks of life who were out there protesting for this girl to be free. Even some celebrities wanted her out there on her own, and it now looks like they've gotten their wish with her officially now being released.
Free Grace! Free Grace! Free!
Weeks ago, a 15-year-old African-American girl simply known as Grace was denied being released from juvenile detention for not completing her homework. Protesters called it racial discrimination, saying it was a clear example of the pipeline from the schools to prison. The teen had been at that juvenile detention center since early May because of the homework issue. Congressman Andy Levin, who first called on the courts to review the case after the story broke, sent us this statement on Grace's release, which reads, quote, "There is absolutely no doubt that public pressure turned the tide for Grace and her mother. I thank the Michigan Court of Appeals for taking action, every journalist who brought attention to this matter, every protester who camped outside of Children's Village, and every one of my colleagues who joined me to demand free Grace in the weeks past."
Now we are waiting to hear back from Grace's mother to see what she has to say about this. We're sure that she's happy. Reporting live tonight, Victor Williams, Local 4.
All right, Victor, we'll follow it.
Independent law firm hired to investigate allegations of sexual harassment by U of M's former provost has come to some disturbing conclusions. Martin Filbert stopped working for the university altogether in June after allegations of sexual harassment first became public. Priya Mann live this evening with a full report and what was uncovered. And Priya, these allegations go back years.
Yeah, that's right, Karen. He's been with U of M since 1995. Now, back in January, he was placed on paid administrative leave. He's since been removed altogether. But tonight, we're getting our first look at what this investigation uncovered. U of M hired the law firm WilmerHale to conduct an independent investigation into former Provost Martin Filbert. The report found Filbert harassed women, including graduate students, for years while he rose through the ranks at U of M. The report says he made comments about women's bodies, redirected conversations with women to the topic of sex, and insisted on getting hugs. Before some women began working for Filbert, they were warned of his reputation for such conduct and not to be alone with him. In 2003, a male lab employee told university officials he was fired, while a female Filbert was allegedly in a relationship with was not. Subsequent litigation in 2004 did not uncover any evidence, and the lawsuit was eventually settled. But it wasn't the only time some officials were made aware of Filbert's behavior. In 2005, two women who worked in Filbert's lab told a professor he'd kissed them on their neck. The professor alerted multiple university officials. In light of the unwillingness of the two women to speak, the Office of Institutional Equity did not open an investigation. The report concluded much of Filbert's conduct never came to the attention of university officials and recommended the university ensure that students and employees are aware of the avenues for reporting sexual misconduct and enhance training of personnel who are required to report information about sexual harassment. In a statement, U of M says the report contains a shocking description of improper and unacceptable behavior by a university officer as well as failings by this institution. We will do everything in our power to prevent such misconduct from ever happening again at the University of Michigan. And U of M went on to say that necessary changes to processes and procedures will be implemented promptly. Many people have worked hard for decades to eliminate sexual misconduct from our community, but this report makes it clear that we have much more work to do. Now, the only thing that remains to be seen is if Filbert will receive any compensation. Reporting live from U of M, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Priya.
8 more Michiganders have died of COVID-19 over the last 24 hours, the latest numbers reported by the state.
Taking a look at the case counts for the week, the number on the right is today's new cases, 734. You can see the number has risen each day this week.
Despite that, one of the groups tracking COVID cases in the U.S. is moving Michigan out of the high risk for spread category. COVID Act Now, made up of technologists, epidemiologists, health experts, and public policy leaders, now considers our state medium risk because we're experiencing what they see as slow disease growth. Only one state, by the way, look at the green one up there on the upper right, only one state, Vermont, considered to be on track to contain the virus.
Earlier this week, we told you about 5 COVID cases linked to an indoor wedding reception of more than 100 people at the Crystal Gardens Banquet Hall in Southgate. The number of cases connected to that party has now doubled to 10. Governor Whitmer vetoes a bill that would change how the state cares for older COVID patients. Representative Pete Lasudo bill aimed to set up facilities where only positive patients would be sent. The governor's current plan allows positive patients to be isolated and then cared for at nursing homes where non-COVID positive residents live. The governor says Senate Bill 956 is nothing more than a political game that would relocate vulnerable seniors without any requirement for consent, doctor's approval, or notification to patients and their families.
Local 4 Defenders revealing tonight that 5 students at the University of Detroit Mercy School of Dentistry have tested positive for COVID-19 and are now off campus. Sean Lay, Defender of the Defenders, joins us now and shows us where the students picked up the virus, who has to be notified if they were in contact with the students. The news coming just one day after the school invited our cameras for a look at their safety protocols.
We know tonight after the first student here tested positive earlier this week, the school did investigate. They were able to pinpoint where the breakdown came that also resulted in 2 more students testing positive. With 700 dentistry-related students seeing patients, members of the public at 2 facilities, the Local 4 Defenders have learned that 5 dentistry students tested positive this week for COVID-19. In fact, Local 4 cameras, our crew, masked up and distancing, were invited into the dentistry school just yesterday and were shown all of the safeguards, but not mentioned that just the night before, the dean of the school, Dr. Mert Aksku, sent this email to students, faculty, and staff, alerting them to the 5 positive cases. Those cases not mentioned to our crew the next morning. We asked the dean, why not tell our crew?
The fact that 5 students tested positive wasn't necessarily the essence of the story. It was, what are we doing to be open and protect our people?
But the fact is, with all the PPE and safeguards in place for students and members of the public they work on, the school traced 3 positive cases to transmissions on campus last Saturday as students were taking their senior photos. The dean says social distancing rules were ignored, masks were taken off, guards were let down.
All it takes is a split second and then a chance exposure.
The 2 other students who tested positive are believed to have picked up the virus off campus through community exposure.
We're hopeful that we've nipped it at the bud and that we've isolated those who were positive and contagious.
The dean also emailing us late today explaining more about what he can and cannot say about this, saying broadcasting the cases creates fear, violates privacy, and undermines the doctor-patient relationship. From Detroit's West Side, Sean Lay, Local 4 Defenders.
All right, Sean, we need to check in with Ben, who is tracking some much-needed wet weather coming our way.
Yeah, guys, we need the rain, and there's going to be a lot of it around. The question is how much ends up on top of us. Here's the rainfall forecast for Sunday through Tuesday, and notice that we're going to be seeing quite a bit in the way of wet weather heading in our direction, gradually starting to move up, but it looks like the bullseye. The heaviest rain will slide just off to our east. There's some contours over there, those orange and red shades, that's 4 to 5 inches of rain in parts of Ontario. So if this thing does migrate just a little bit further to the west, we could be getting even more than we planned on. Here's the weekend at a glance. We've got better chances Sunday, but they could start as soon as the late day hours of Saturday. We'll talk more about timing, just how much we're expecting here, and also temperatures as we head into August starting tomorrow. The Local Forecasters app will show you the 10-day forecast, and you can track Hurricane Isaias. With our hurricane tracker, we'll have more on that storm coming up, guys.
Thank you very much, Ben. Multiple employees with the Macomb County Medical Examiner's Office off the job tonight amid an investigation into allegations of sexism and racism. Larry Spruill joins us live this evening with how the county is responding. Larry?
Yeah, Karen, county officials tell me they are investigating 4 employees here at the medical examiner's office, including a supervisor for sexism and racism. They tell me that there are multiple allegations brought from multiple employees. It's trouble Friday night inside the Macomb County Medical Examiner's office. Macomb County's Director of Human Resources, Andrew McKinnon, confirms to me Friday morning on the phone his team is investigating 4 employees here at the Medical Examiner's office, including a supervisor, for allegations of sexism and racism. McKinnon says on July 18th, an employee sent an email stating a hostile working environment, and it's been going on for some time now. Also, there were allegations of sexism and racism inside the center. We're talking about open displays of sexually explicit photographs, pornographic screensavers on work computers, and mistreatment to people of color. And county officials tell me they take these claims very seriously, especially claims of this kind. All 4 employees are on leave. The county has already made a decision on their future. They did not elaborate what those decisions were. We're live in Macomb County tonight. Larry Sproul, Local 4.
All right, some disturbing allegations there. Thank you, Larry.
New at 6.
Unemployment offices across the state of Michigan, they've been shut down for months. But why? Almost everything else is reopened. We're getting answers and also learning about the reopening plan.